Hey everyone, it's Lexi and Jake Wyer in Wilmington, North Carolina with Blue Coast Realty. And today we want to talk to you about Hampstead. We're going to go over the pros and cons of Hampstead, which is a little area just north of Wilmington. If you take the US Route 17, you'll just run right into it.
So we're going to go over the pros and cons. It's kind of one of the options that a lot of people that are looking online are kind of keeping an eye on. One of the major reasons, like a lot of the surrounding communities around Wilmington, is you get a little bit more bang for your buck. A little bigger house for less money on more acreage. So when you're online, especially, and you're searching around, you're kind of noticing that there is a distinct difference between the prices of homes in Hampstead versus living in the city of Wilmington. So we're going to go over some of the pros right now, and we can go ahead and start with, I guess, there's a lot of really good golf courses out that direction. So if golfing is your thing, there are definitely some master plan communities based around golf courses. Three in particular are Castle Bay, Old Point, and Belvedere Plantation. So if golf is your thing, it might be a great area to take a look at.
Also, if boating is your thing, there's a lot of boating communities that you can have your own private dock. A lot of them have community docks. So again, it's just north of Wilmington, so you're still right there on the coast.
So we actually just did a video too, actually, on Leland, and I think the big difference between Hampstead and Leland, one of the big differences is, like you said, boating access and access to the coast. So it's a lot more of a coastal feeling atmosphere in Hampstead versus Leland, which appeals to a lot of people that want to move here for that reason.
Also, it is kind of right in between, well, actually, it's a little bit closer to Wilmington than it is Jacksonville. But if you're relocating to go to Camp Lejeune, Hampstead, you might want to go even a little bit further north, but Hampstead might be a good option for you if that's the reason for your relocation.
Another pro is, and a lot of people will keep an eye on school districts, and they have a great school district, public school district, Topsail, and it ranks annually very high on public schools. So if you have kids that are going to be going to school, that's one great reason to move to the Hampstead area.
Also, Topsail Montessori is out there too, and that's a great Montessori school.
It's a great private option.
Yeah, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. So we can go over some of the cons. One of the major cons is the area is growing like everywhere around here is, and it's along the 17 corridor. The 17 gets backed up. Now they've been doing work on it. They expanded the 17 to 4 lanes, helped a little bit. So when you're commuting back and forth to Wilmington, for instance, you are going to hit some traffic. They have also included a bypass on the I-40. It's helped. It's still got traffic. So.
But I mean, if you are thinking about Hampstead, we definitely recommend driving, to Wilmington or wherever you're going to be commuting to during those busy times. Make sure it's something that you can deal with and you're not going to hate your life when you're driving to work every day. So
the other thing, I guess, would be the shopping situation out there. So that brings us to kind of one of the problems with some of the surrounding areas is you're going to have your basic amenities. You'll have your grocery stores, you'll have Home Depots, things like that. You're not going to have major shopping malls in Hampstead, not yet anyways. That might be down the line, but it hasn't happened yet.
But you're not that far away either. So you're also not going to have the bigger stores like Costco and Sam's Club. But it's not that big of a deal to come into Wilmington. But
what I've been told from people that have been here for a long time is that Hampstead reminds them of what Wilmington used to be. It's a little bit more of a rural, sleepy, kind of coastal feel to it more than Wilmington is now. But I guess, Hampstead will probably get swallowed up in all of that too at some point. But right now, that's more of the feel it has up there.
So it is a little bit more rural. We do have a lot of clients that come from like upstate New York, and they don't want to be in Wrightsville Beach. They don't want to deal with the traffic and the people, and that's not what they're looking for. And a lot of them do end up in Hampstead, especially the north end of Hampstead isn't quite as developed as the south end.
Well, and if you're into surfing and you want to be close to beaches, they have really close access to great beaches at Topsail and Surf City, and they have some great pier surfing at Surf City. So if that's your thing, then they have some very nice unspoiled beaches with some wide open waves. So if that's what you're looking for, it might be a good option. I guess the other thing is that some of the infrastructure in Hampstead, they're still catching up a bit. So If septic systems and wells are not your thing, a lot of Hampstead is still on wells and septic and do not have access to city sewer and water. So it can be a pro and a con. Some people really prefer a septic and a well. Some people absolutely don't want it. So something to know about the area.
And we'll also recommend that you do get a septic and well inspection if you are looking to purchase a house like that. So.
And the one good thing about it here is the water table is really high. So digging a well and keeping a well going is not really that big of a situation. So that's kind of a plus. But if you guys are looking to make that move, if you guys are military and you're making that move to be in Jacksonville, Camp Lejeune, working on base, a lot of people do prefer to locate at Hampstead or Topsail, Surf City, Snides Ferry area. It kind of is an in-between between being in Jacksonville and the base and being closer to Wilmington. So just something to be aware of as far as geography is concerned.
Just to give you an idea of how big Hampstead actually is, or how small it is. Population's about 4,000 people, and that was in 2017.
And it pretty much lays out along the 17 corridor. So it's along the coast. Most of the population is right there along the coast. It's not a lot inland. Mm-hmm. So, but your major ins and outs are going to be the 17 and the 40. And like I said, that bypass around Wilmington on the I-40 has helped out some if you're doing the commute to Leland or Wilmington. It's helped alleviate some of that congestion on the 17 corridor. So I hope that's helpful. And it gives you a little idea why you get a little more bang for your buck in Hampstead versus Wilmington.
So if you want to check out any houses in Wilmington, Leland, Hampstead area, or even down a little bit further, Carolina Beach, let us know. Give us a call, like and subscribe on YouTube. Leave some comments. We love to talk back and forth with you guys. So also, if you want us to do a video on a specific area, or you have specific questions, we're happy to do that. So that's all we have for you.